What is up, guys? I'm coming at you with yet another video review here. If you watched my last video, you'll saw that I announced I am doing a new cosplay. I announced I'm doing Green Dino Charge, Koryu Green, whatever you want to call it. But if you watched the video, you noticed there was not a suit in the unboxing, and that's actually because I ordered my suit from Rav Seams, or Raven Pryor, as he's known on Facebook. And if you're wondering why I didn't order my suit from Anarchy, I think by the end of this review, you'll definitely you'll have a really good idea of why I went with somebody else. Um, yeah, this is actually the deluxe version of his suit. Rav makes a standard and a deluxe. At the time I ordered, I think the differences were more pronounced, but as of filming right now, the differences aren't noticeable, and even if you guys order the standard suit, it'll still be excellent quality. The main difference though is this shirt right here, like the under part, it's actually a separate piece, whereas I believe on his standard one, it is attached here. So Rav, if I'm wrong, please feel free to troll me in the comments and tell me I'm dumb. But as far as I know, I think it was just that, and maybe some other smaller things. But anyways, guys, so this thing is great no matter if you get the standard or deluxe. But the big thing that made me go ahead and actually do this whole cosplay, Rav actually got his hands on some of the screen-used fabric from Power Rangers. I've complained before, I think green is a really hard color for suit makers and prop makers to match. But Rav actually got his hands on some of the green from Super Megaforce, and he ended up being able to get the same fabric from his fabric supplier. And from what I understand, it's a pretty limited amount too, so I kind of had to jump on this. So shout out to Rav for, hooking me up and me being one of the few that actually got a suit with some of this screen-used green fabric. But yeah, guys, I'm just gonna start diving into this thing. Like I said, this piece is separate from this, which is kind of cool. Actually, I don't mind that at all. This, you have some snaps here. This is for the shoulder armor. Rav doesn't make that. He strictly makes the spandex suits. I see a lot of people asking him for full costumes, but he strictly does suits, guys. The patch here, this one actually is one of the few things that isn't made by Rav. This is actually made by Marvels by Mosser, I believe it's how you pronounce his name. But yeah, and Rav just sewed this right on here. This is actually probably my only small complaint with this suit, though, to be honest. I do kind of wish this was maybe attached by Velcro or something to where it was removable. Just because I do want to get some actual armor to attach. But it's not the biggest deal in the world just because the stunt suits in Japan, and I believe the suits they use for like trade shows and conventions elsewhere, they actually use just sewn on patches instead of actual armor. So either way, it's actually still accurate. It's just I prefer like the hero look, or the screen look that you see that has the actual armor piece. But other than that, I'm just going to tell you right up front, that's really the only downside to this suit. Like, this thing is crazy. I'm going to ranger up here shortly for you so you can see the flexibility, but that's the biggest draw of this thing. Like, I had to make myself change out of this. It was that comfortable. Like, I could have fallen asleep in this thing. You just have so much mobility, and you can do pretty much anything in this suit, which I'm just not used to at all in my other suits. But yeah, yeah, so not only that, I mean, it just looks great too. Obviously, it's the screen-used fabric, so this is what the suits on, Dino Charge are going to look like. So that's a really cool feeling for me personally. And, I've talked before, I try to mimic the Sentai suits if at all possible, but even still, this is literally, from what I understand from Rav, the same fabric as on Power Rangers. So I'm willing to compromise my, I guess, Sentai elitism for a second to to just mimic Power Rangers, because this is too epic, really. Yeah, we have some Velcro here. This is to help keep the belt up. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, I'll show you the back real quick. The zipper on this thing is super heavy duty as well. On some of my other suits, the zipper does feel a little flimsier that I have from makers other than Rav, but this thing feels super, super sturdy. I don't anticipate it breaking or coming off the track anytime soon. I have a clip here that clips the top together and holds it together. You have the other, the other snap for where the armor attaches there. Then we have the teeth pattern, etc., etc. Let's see here. And I'm actually really happy with the color of the undersuit too. I think that's worth noting. I think there are some color differences between the Sentai version and the Power Rangers version, but from what I can tell, I think Rav got super, super close on this. So I'm really happy with that one, how that turned out too. Let's see. And also from what I've been told by Rav, his gray or silver, whatever you want to call this, he says this should actually match the screen use color too. So from what I understand, guys, this should be, I mean, the most accurate suit you're going to get to a Dino Charge or Kyoryuger suit that there is, like straight up. Like, this thing is too awesome. Like I said, I'm going to Ranger up here just shortly. I think I'm actually just going to switch over to that now. I'm going to show you guys some of the flexibility I have. But yeah, so just stay tuned for that, and I'll get to that, okay? Alright guys, so here it is. This is the Rav suit. Looks pretty good, I would say. Think so. Yeah, you can kind of see a bit of the light highlighting the shine on this thing right now. Let's see if I can get a good glimpse of it. Yeah, there we kind of go. Cool. Yeah, not quite as shiny. I think it's like the Super Sentai suits, like I've said, but it definitely matches Power Rangers. It's literally the same material. So as far as screen accuracy goes for Dino Charge, like, you literally can't get a better suit. There's no suit maker that will make one. But yeah, another quick shout out to Rav for actually just nailing the measurements, just like 100% spot on. Like, the shoulders hit exactly where they need to. You know, the seam here goes right through my belly button, like literally right on top. So the dude definitely knows what he's doing. Everything just hits perfectly. But I want to give you guys a stretch test, most importantly. This is definitely by far the most flexible suit I own. And I think probably, to my knowledge, the most flexible suit that any maker makes so far. But yeah, so just check out some of this. Boom, arm straight up, no big deal. Not even any stress placed on the suit, or that I can tell at least. Leg raises, whew. I could probably go into the gym and work out in this thing if I wanted to. Not going to, but you guys get the idea. So yeah, like no stress, like whatsoever. Crazy stuff here. Like, I could do this all day. Like, it's nuts. And most importantly for the stretch test, drum roll. Guys, I'm sitting down. I'm dropping the deuce over here in my Rav suit. Not really. But yeah, you can see I'm actually sitting down. Again, that seems like one of those things that you should be able to do, but in a lot of people's suits, they've had trouble with that. But here, like I've laid down on this thing, like perfectly comfortable. This thing's like crazy maneuverable. Like, anything you want to do, like you could do backflips, I'm sure, in this thing. Pretty much any choreography, like if you wanted to, do like a cool photo shoot or a fan film, whatever it is you want to do, like you can do it in this. There's no restrictions, pretty much. But yeah, man, I don't know how much I can really, I'll show you guys in this thing. Looks good, I think. I'm gonna head over to the recap and kind of wrap things up from there. And I know some people wanted to see, me with everything on, the helmet, all that. I'm going to cover that in a future video. I kind of just want to highlight the suit for this review, but I'll be sure to do an overview, like I said, that has everything in it. And like a nice shot of like me rangered up with all the props and everything. But anyways, guys, yeah, I'm going to shoot over to the recap, okay? All right, guys, I'm just going to do a quick recap. The biggest thing here is the flexibility of this suit. I mean, as you've seen in the past segment, Like, you can really just do anything you want, and it, like, you never have to worry about the suit stressing at all. It just does whatever you want it to do. The screen accurate color is also really awesome. I don't know how many suit makers out there actually can get their hands on the real fabric that's used on Power Rangers. So again, I don't think you're going to be able to beat that anywhere else. The measurements all line up perfect. And it's also just really sturdy construction, which kind of ties into the flexibility. You never have to worry about the suit stressing. The zipper is really heavy duty. I don't think I'm going to have to worry about it coming off the track or anything. And yeah, I think it'll hold up for a while. The only downside, and it's honestly just kind of a small one, is that the chest emblem isn't removable. Like I said, I do plan to use the actual armor at some point instead of the chest patch. But even still, like I said, it's still technically accurate, since the Japanese live show suits and also the suits you see in like conventions all use a sewn-on chest patch. So either way, it's still accurate, so I won't complain too much about that. But yeah, guys, that's about it for this review. Be sure to let me know what you think down in the comments. I'll also be sure to put Rab's link, like to his Facebook account too, just in case you want to get in touch with him. As usual, just, like and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll see you guys for the next one, okay?